This lesson is on the writing process and why it is absolutely your number one writing best friend. So your lesson objectives are that by the end of this lesson, you will be able to list and define the parts of the writing process, provide examples of tasks that one might perform in each step of the writing process, and explain why using a writing process is important. Your keywords are writing process, pre-writing, drafting, revision, editing, and publishing. So let's talk writing process overall. This is Roland Smith. This is Mary Downing Hahn or Vivian van de Velde. I don't remember which order. But these are all authors that are big-time authors that we're very familiar with. And they all have writing processes. Some writers use notebooks. Some writers use storyboards. And some writers do what we call pantsing, which is making the whole story up as they go. But the thing is that all writers have processes. So the writing process is just that, a way of writing. And for us, it's a 5-step process that takes a message through all of its changes from the start of an idea to a finished product. Those steps are pre-writing, drafting, revision, editing, and publishing. Now, the thing with these is that it's more of a cyclical process than an absolute linear step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And that's an important thing to remember because at any point in your writing, you might find it necessary to go back and research, or that you need to do some revision and start a little bit earlier with some drafting and do another draft. We don't just get to progress from step 1 through step 5 in an easy step. So, pre-writing is the planning and preparation that comes before you start writing. This includes brainstorming, research, outlining, and plot charts. It can also include making character descriptions or world building. What you will do during pre-writing will depend on the type of writing you have, your audience, and your purpose. Drafting is the actual writing. This could be your sloppy copy, your first draft, a second draft, or a third draft, or a fourth draft. An infinite number of drafts because true art is never finished, it's only abandoned, and in this class we ain't quitters, so we're not going to abandon our drafts until they're ready for publishing. But the point is that you will write many different versions of your message so that you can adapt your idea to the genre, to the audience, and to make it as strong and clear as you possibly can. Revising helps us make all of these successive drafts. It is making improvements to what you've written by replacing, adding, deleting, reordering items, and you're especially going to focus on sentence fluency, word choice, and voice. I should do some revision to this slide because I've repeated a word. Drop it into a private comment and I'll send you some tickets. Basically, the idea here is that we're not worried about correct grammar, capitalization, etc., but rather we are focusing on sentence fluency, word choice, logic, coherence, and removing the big imperfections that get in the way of our message being delivered. So we're worried about our craft and how well our message is composed and not how correct it is. We're replacing what isn't working. Editing is where you're going to make your writing technically correct. So there, we're going to get rid of spelling errors and grammar errors and capitalization and punctuation and all of those kinds of things. And after we have done enough revising and editing and drafting to make our draft completely ready, we're going to polish and share our work. What your work's going to look like and where or how it will be shared will depend a lot on your audience and purpose. Most of the time, in your experience, it's just going to be turning your piece in. Other times, it may be a website, or maybe you'll even write a book. Regardless, publishing is just getting your piece ready for the format and actually turning it into where it needs to be. So putting it in the right format and sharing your work in an appropriate cycle. The writing process helps us to guide and organize the development of an idea. It's a cycle that's used to refine your craft and make your writing work great. You should not shy away from the writing process or look at it as extra work, but rather look at it as a tool to becoming the best writer that you can be. And of course, don't forget your Go Formative practice. Make sure you complete that assignment. Have a great day.